Welcome to the North Phoenix Suburban Stay. My name is Rich. We're back on the 2005 Honda 250X that we picked up from our good friends at the Flight Springs Ranch. Work that we've done on this so far. The first thing we had to do was the front brakes. The calipers were locked up, the pistons inside the calipers were locked up. So we finally got that figured out. We replaced a couple of parts, got it pressurized. It's working really well now on that. I am in process as I go through this of cleaning up all of the plastic components. There's some rips and tears and some stains, so we're just cleaning those along the way. They're all in pretty good shape. We've also changed all of the engine oil and all of the transmission oil. They happen to be the same. Watched a few videos on that and got that done as well. So I think we've got a lot more to go here. As we go through this, what we're hoping is that we'll get this into a state that operates effectively without having to rebuild the carburetor. On these bikes, I've been watching a few videos. It's not the simplest piece actually to get to the carburetor. We got to remove the tank, you've got to undo the back part of the frame, you got to pretty much take the shock out just to get access to the carburetor. I did buy a rebuild kit. My hope is that we'll get this working up to the point where we won't need to rebuild the carb, and that would be awesome. But I'm prepared to do it if we need to. I just tried firing up the bike after I made a few changes, and it's still choking, depleted the battery. So I'm going to remove the gas tank and replace the spark plug. First thing I need to do here is look at this. This clamp wasn't even on all the way. That's where it was. So I'll slide it back just a little bit more. I've got the fuel is off. Let's see if I can wiggle this off. Just trying to clean everything really well here before I take the spark plug out. I just don't want any dirt into the top of the valves. Looks pretty clean, at least on the inside of it. I don't know how I'm going to get this thing out. Let's see if I can do this. Yep, there it is. And we'll do a side-by-side comparison on the new one. So, the old one doesn't look bad. Put everything back on, the fuel tank and the battery. We tried to turn it back over and get it started. Doing that through the starter But we also put the seat back on and we took it to outside to see if we can kick it. The engine definitely moves. We just can't get this thing to fire. So we followed a procedure assuming that the float valve or the bowl was flooded or the carburetor was flooded. So opened it all up. We got some oil, some gas to drain out of the carburetor and added more air. But still wouldn't turn with the choke off, and we even tried it with the choke on. Anyway, we tried that procedure a few times. So we're basically at the point, we even tried the kill switch, we ungrounded the kill switch to see if that would cause anything, nothing. We're at the point where we're going after the carburetor now. So this is going to be a really big job. I'm afraid I'm over my head, but I've got enough videos and instruction manuals. We're going to give it a shot. But here we go, big job. Grab that rubber piece. It looks pretty clean.
Smells like brake fluid.
Oh, I'm done with the
Oil.
brakes. I'm done with the oil yesterday. What you're smelling is gas. Before I attempt to start this now, after all the work I've done, let's take a quick review. I have cleaned all the plastics, but they're not back on yet. I've changed the oil, and I've also changed the transmission oil. I put fresh gas in it with a stabilizer. I've cleaned out the coolant. I have taken out the carb, and I took it all apart and I rebuilt it. New gaskets, new components, new jets. I put everything on. I have no idea if I jetted it right. I have no idea if I've idled it correctly, but we're going to give it a shot. So here we go. All right, here we go. The moment of truth. She started. She wants to start. This concludes part 3, the carburetor rebuild and spark plug replacement. In the next video, part 4, we make throttle adjustments, clean and reinstall all the plastics, install the handguards, prep an old helmet, load it onto the bike rack, and test it out in the desert. See you then.